Good morning. This is John from the Springs Mennonite Church. It's good to be with you today. I hope you're having a great day and a great Christmas. You know, it's not too far away now. We're getting close. And so I'd like to share with you this morning, or continue to share with you from the book of Luke, this Christmas story. And this part from Luke chapter 1, beginning with verse 18, reads this way. Zacharias said to the angel, "How can I be sure this will happen?" What he's talking about is the angel telling him that he's going to have a baby. He says, "I'm an old man now, and my wife is also well along in years." Then the angel said, "I am Gabriel. I stand in the very presence of God. It was he who sent me to bring you this good news. But now, since you didn't believe what I said, you will be silent and unable to speak until the child is born. For my words will certainly be fulfilled at the proper time." Meanwhile, the people were waiting for Zechariah to come out of the sanctuary, wondering why it was taking so long. When he finally did come out, he couldn't speak to them. And then they realized from his gestures and his silence that he must have seen a vision in the sanctuary. When Zechariah's week of service in the temple was over, he returned home. Soon afterwards, his wife Elizabeth became pregnant and went into seclusion for 5 months. "How kind the Lord is," she exclaimed. "He has taken away my disgrace of having no children." You know, this story of within the larger story is a real drama. It's real theater, if you will. You could almost see this being acted out on a stage. And it is. It's the stage of life. Here you have Zechariah who's doing his term in the temple. Nothing unusual about that. And unfortunately, in this sense, it gets interrupted. It gets interrupted by Gabriel. And he's an angel. And he says to Zechariah, "You're going to have a child." And Zechariah kind of wants to argue. He doesn't really believe what he's hearing. And Gabriel tries to defend himself, saying, "Look, I'm an angel sent directly from God." He says, "But since you didn't believe, you will be silent and unable to speak until the child is born." Well, that would be enough of a trauma, if you will, but it continues. Because Zechariah still has to serve in the temple the rest of his time. And while he's in there this day, he's in there a lot longer than normal. And so the people are wondering, what is going on? What's happening? He finally comes out and he can't speak. And it says here by gestures, the people figured out he must have seen a vision. Well, let me tell you, it's a whole lot bigger than just a vision. He saw an angel directly sent from God with a message. Now, I got to tell you, this side of heaven, it doesn't get a whole lot better than that. But he can't speak. Then, when his time is up, he goes home and he has to find a way to communicate with his wife because he can't speak now. I mean, the story doesn't tell us how he did this. He went for 9 months without speaking. And Elizabeth must have wondered, what is going on? She has to know that something amazing has happened. And then on top of that, she gets pregnant. Wow. Talk about a drama. That's really something. So let's go back a little bit before we finish this thing. The angel says to Gabriel, "I got this great message, but because you don't believe it, here's what's going to happen." Sometimes I think God should do that with us today. He's given us a great message. He's given us a great opportunity to, to listen to him, to see him at work. And a lot of folks don't listen. I don't know about you. I don't know your experience in this. But sometimes I guess it's just hard. It shouldn't be, but I guess it's just hard. So then Elizabeth says, how kind the Lord is, because he has taken away my disgrace of having no children. In Jesus' day, in this period of time, not having children was considered your fault. You had done something. They didn't know about biology as we know about it today. And so Elizabeth and Zechariah, who seemingly had done everything right, people had to be whispering, hey, look at her. Something's wrong. I wonder why they really can't have children. And she had to have felt that and felt the shame and the disgrace because she stood out in not an acceptable way. Well, as time goes on, we find out that there's another story here. We'll get to that next time. But what I want to talk about here for just a few minutes is how many times has God done something in your life and you didn't believe? How many times have you dismissed something that God did and chalked it up to circumstances or luck? A lot of people say, well, I was lucky. You can't go through life being lucky if that's your standard, because an awful lot of bad things happen that would indicate you're not getting too good. I'm not a poker player, but for everybody who becomes a champion, there's a whole lot of folks who didn't become champion. Sort of like the lottery. Oh yeah, somebody wins the big one. But you know what? A whole bunch of somebody's had to lose a lot in order to have money to pay the one who does get the big one. And since the lottery's into a give it away deal, they're not losing money. You see, luck isn't going to make it. It just isn't. And your skill and ability can only take you so far. God is at work in our lives, whether we notice it or not. And on top of that, when He does work and we do notice it, we can say how kind God is. So I'd like this Christmas to invite you to look around, see what's happening in your life, see where God is kind, and then tell Him so. Thank Him for it. Tell others. I know this Christmas we can't do it the way we typically have done in terms of visiting folks and family and friends and whatnot. Some will be able to do that, but most of us can't. But we still have a lot to be thankful for. And I invite you to look at your life, find out those things where you can say, God has been very kind. Well, thanks for listening today. I hope you have a really great day. If there's anything we can do to help meet a need, call us, let us know. We'll do everything we can as fast as we can to help meet your need. Thanks so much for listening. God bless you. I'll talk to you again.